Let's go. Modding skits. Wait. Did I already do one with... Okay. I did one with Law last time, but apparently he still has another one. I'll do one with Shion.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Hey, do you have time to talk? There's something I need to ask you.
Of course. What's up?
It's about the doll I used to have as a little girl. I gave it some more thought, and I still don't remember actually receiving it from anyone.
You were so little. I don't think it's that surprising you've forgotten, is it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start.
Is it the same
I know
doll?
that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to Lenegus.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't?
Maybe. Maybe he gave it to Naori.
Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't.
They're
right?
bound by fate.
Crazier things have happened.
Lila, don't come here.
I always thought I'd be alone.
I'm eating.
Only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim.
Up, Lila.
Sometimes things happen
Don't
in
come
life
here.
that I never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if
Oh,
there's
shit.
any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
While I was looking around, I did find a guy who was, in pain, so let me go ahead and heal him quick. Alright. Fuck! My fork! I forked it. I forked it real bad. God dang it. Okay. Alright. Thank you. I'm going to return to work gathering food now. Okay, sashimi recipe. I think I need that for one of the food skits, actually. Let's see. Sashimi with Kisara. Think this should give me something?
Eat as much as you like.
Yep.
All right, it's done. Apologies for the wait, you guys.
That's a lot of fish you've cut up again, Kisara.
That's because I caught so many earlier. If you're going to eat them, it's best to do it while they're still fresh.
Was it difficult slicing up that many fish?
No, I'm used to it. It's no big deal for me at this point.
I know I probably shouldn't be saying this after all the trouble you went through, but I've never really understood the appeal of sashimi.
It's the best way to enjoy
I'm
raw
sorry,
fish.
Ma. I didn't realize. I only make it because it's an easy way to deal with big catches when I fish.
You haven't done anything wrong, Kisara. Law, if you don't like the flavor, you're always welcome to add some of my spices to it.
Hey, yeah, that might work. I'll just put some.
You're gonna start
here.
breeding fire, Law. Wasabi.
What's wrong, Law? I've never seen someone jump up and sprint off that fast.
He ran as soon as he took a bite of that sashimi.
Was he crying because of the taste?
I don't think the sashimi is the problem here, guys.
Alright. But I don't think I have anything else to do other than, oop. Catch and fillet, cool. Didn't go for the main story, so let's do that.
Time to work.
Are you really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Alright. Just over here. This guy. A Renan soldier.
Very well.
Alright, you're clear. You can leave.
Well,
Sometimes I'm both surprised and not surprised to see them here.
Hey,
So you're the guys hoarding all the rations.
pardon me.
What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? Only say it one more time. Get back to your position. What's this guy's deal? These slaves who disobey orders must be put to death. So says Lord Volran. Your lord is dead! Okay.
realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. I must think we're just Danins from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are Volrun soldiers. Watch yourselves.
And I guess the soldiers were like also brainwashed, huh? So I guess they're just sort of going through the motions, maybe. There we go. So it wasn't a Danon stockpiling the rations. It was some of Volrun's soldiers hiding out inside his castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freaked out about it.
Hey,
What are you guys trying to accomplish? Are you trying to get vengeance for Volran? What's going on here? Something's weird about all this. Are your men aware that Lord Volran is no longer around?
You don't say.
These soldiers seem to only think of the orders that were given to them. Their minds are completely blank otherwise, just like the Danons here. Looking back on it, I did feel like those soldiers we fought here before were mindless. That's true, but they haven't been hiding out. Then they haven't been hiding out. Just been going about their business as usual? I guess so. Everyone here was Volran's slave, both Danons and Renans alike. It's the kind of realm he was running.
Well...
That doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose when these guys once Volran was gone, like we've seen elsewhere. Month has passed since Volran vanished. It's entirely possible that things might be starting to crumble at the fringes. The fact that they haven't to any degree has allowed these soldiers to carry on as though it was business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't just let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if we're gonna come quietly. Ahem. Listen to me carefully, men. I am Lord Dolim Ilkaras. I have an order for you. Lord Dolim? But sir, we serve...
Well?
Lord Volran has left this realm and is no longer its ruler. Therefore, in accordance with Renan law, you all must pledge your allegiance to me. Okay.
how?
So, you expect us to serve you now, my lord? You respect the Renan rule of law, then yes. That's precisely correct. Of course we'll follow your orders, Lord Dolim.
Oh, wow!
Holy crap, I can't believe that worked.
So then,
This should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks and then speak with Ganyan once more. Alright.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy. Not me personally.
Well, either way, solve the problem, and that's what counts.
Alright. Although that's kind of... Oh, what? Oh, wait, no. Hold on.
Calling
This
out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
guy.
Oh?
Oh, you again. I wonder what today's recipe will be.
What?
You're getting ahead of yourself, young miss. Huh. Come on, Gordano. We all know where this is heading.
Yes!
You have me there. Indeed, I've come across an incredible recipe buried deep within the bowels of Pelagian's mighty fortress.
Just great.
Whatever it is, I don't think it'll ever satisfy your apparent insatiable hunger to hunt for recipes in places like that. Well, as it just so happens, I met a sailor back in Mahagsar. He let me borrow a boat, and then I was here before I knew it.
What?
You rode that boat all the way here? That's right. And more importantly, what I found in that castle was a forbidden recipe, sealed away since ancient times.
What?
Forbidden, you say? What reason could anyone have for locking it away for all these years?
Yes!
I haven't faintest idea. That's why we must make it so we can't find out. And so I ask you to gather me the ingredients once more, however being such an old recipe. Its directions are written rather obtusely. Calls for something as white, soft, and fluffy, stimulating powder, neither swine nor hare meat. Finally,
Yes!
also something white, soft, and fluffy. I said ask for that twice. I guess is that one of them simply refers to rice.
Nice.
Or maybe the recipe is calling for double the normal amount of rice. Sounds okay to me. I don't think they've read it like that if that were the case. Pretty sure all these ingredients can be found in Ganeth Harris. So can I count on you to go fetch them? Okay.
Sorry.
Actually, we
Yes.
would be more happy to handle it.
Just great.
What she said. Oh, dependable as always. I also let you two get to work. Good luck. Soft and fluffy. Okay.
soft and fluffy items. Is that description supposed to be figurative or literal?
Let's check anything in the area that looks edible.
Probably tofu, right? Which I already have a lot of. Actually, I have everything except for neither swine or hare meat. Meat, horse meat, pork, and beef. Oh, it's probably the rat pig, isn't it? Yeah. It's swine and hare, so...
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Geneth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But... I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Oh?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us.
Oh shit, he can get angry. That's a good
Made
sign.
us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day.
Let him get mad.
So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us.
Wait, hold on.
Why do they get to live after so many of us have died?
Just don't get mad at Shion and dueling.
The bastards should die.
Oh god. Hold
Every
on.
last
Hold on.
one of them.
Hold on.
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
It's the system. We gotta break down the system.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
Gotta go to Rena.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However,
They're allowed
what
to
I'm
get
even
mad,
more
just
worried
not,
about
you
is
know,
what will happen to
genocidal
them after
mad.
that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
I think they all need counseling, really.
What happened to Ganeth Harros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegus aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is
Also,
it
I
that you're
forgot that I
saying?
put
That we
I
should
put
just
Poodle on everyone's
act
heads.
as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
We gotta go to Lenegus!
Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Oh. It's for Kisara. Heartfelt shield. Cool.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
Alright. If I do something, will anyone get mad? If I don't do something, will anyone get mad? Oh, mood. Oh.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shion?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
He likes
If I
you.
said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Scared of hurting you.
And why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Or Shion. Oh. Uh-oh. Hey, what happened to him? He's no longer with us. He always looked like he was struggling with his health, but still. He's so close to finally living like a normal human being, too.
Wait!
Damn. Does he have any living relatives? Just his mom. I think she lives in that area over there.
All right.
Got it. I'll break the news to her. sort of collapse in the middle.
Son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have some bad news. It's your son. He's...
Yes.
It's okay. I know. You do? What are you doing? I have work that must be done today, since my son can no longer work. Ooh. It's like this here, too, huh?
Alright.
Forget about your work. Ready it. Think of tending to your son as your task for today. Very well. I'll get to work.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but
It's kind of a
It
lot.
looked like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zugals roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
I heard the dogs growling in my ear.
Yes.
Then I'll get started. Bring me some fire.
What?
Wait, you intend to burn your child? That's right. That's how you do it. I don't understand. Wouldn't a more formal funeral procession be more appropriate? I'm sorry. Have I done something wrong? Is this like a culture clash thing? Tell me, do you have no custom where the relatives of the deceased may say their final farewells? Not really. How could we on Dana? Until recently, our people were too busy toiling away to think of burial rites. Among Renans, it's customary for relatives to send the relatives out into the heavens. Why not introduce such a practice to Dana? If you believe in doing so, the deceased spirits shall join the flow of astral energy that travels the cosmos. We could never do something like that. We don't have airships. It's a last chance for the bereaved to see their loved ones. Really something should be done to honor their memory. But death is a part of everyday life for us Danans. You really think we're gonna go to ship bodies into space somehow every single day? I simply felt that something more ought to... what? I simply felt that something more ought to be done. When the Rena still ruled over us, we didn't even know if it was safe to build grave sites. As bodies decompose, they can spread diseases. We didn't have any other choice in how we could bury our people. And well, don't think for a second I've forgotten everything that the Renans did to us. Tell me, Alphen, you know why none of us have last names like them? Let me tell you why. It's because we outnumbered them, and they denied us our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Enough. Your people steal so much from us as it is, and on top of that, you have the gall to try and make us live like you too. You hate it here so much that why don't you just turn them all hollow? Wow. That's enough. No more. Enemies could strike at any time, and here we are fighting amongst ourselves. We're all well aware of the suffering and hatred we harbor. But if we're going to coexist, we have to recognize each other's differences. Huh? Hold on. My controller stopped responding. There we go. That's what we're all working together to achieve. To bring an end to this whole system and begin to live together side by side. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here. If any of you think differently, then be my guest and leave. Break down every last barrier. You've never had to do it alone. Indeed. I sincerely apologize. I consider you a true friend, but it would appear as if I yet to reckon with our people's dark history in earnest.
I'm afraid not.
Rinwell, I completely accept all the blame in all this. Words cannot express how very sorry I am for clearly offending you so deeply.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for lashing you out as hard as I did, Dolium. I guess I'm still working through a lot of emotions. I know you're only thinking about what's best for our son, too.
Rinwell.
Rinwell, I'd like you to teach me about the culture and history of this planet. Perhaps that will help us begin to bridge the gap.
Huh?
Huh? Sure, I don't mind. Could you maybe teach me about Rena too, then? Please? You two are more alike than you realize sometimes. Glad you were able to patch things up. We lost many good people along the way as it is. Sorry for the distraction. Let's lay your son to rest. We'll do it the Danon way.
Good.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for granting me that task. Don't mention it. It's the least we could do for you as his mom. Well, because of you, my son is at peace now.
Right.
Rest assured, we intend to build a future for this world that would make him proud.
little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dohalim, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
Alright.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
Aw.
You're welcome?
Besties.
Aw, are you tired, Hoodle?
Sure he's not just trying to hide from us?
I love Poodle.
I
Alright.
think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
We need, like,
Right. We need to ask the
Yeah.
other realms to send help, and fast.
we need a boat.
Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
We need the guy who was captaining our ship. I need him to show up. He's shit.
What?
What? Uh-oh. She, like, something happening on Lenegus, maybe? Uh-oh.
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Are you turning? Oh god. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. There's nothing we can do about this, is there? Oh wait, hold on. Are you shooting astral energy at us? Nope, that's... What is that? They shot something at us. Oh. It's like a giant harpoon? Oh. Is it like sucking out the astral energy, maybe? I guess. You're just absorbing all the astral energy.
What's happening to Rena and Lenegus?
It looks like Lenegus is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Right, like pulling
Not just
Dana
into
towards
Dana,
it?
but her own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
Is it from the
A
Renasalma?
lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
Have they just been like
I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the
stockpiling it,
crown
maybe?
contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured
Right.
You knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Did he not see
Well,
her?
sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Dolim?
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif, too. You saw her, right,
Can the
Shion?
Redens not see him? See
Shion?
her?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelagian.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renin top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
That's
I'm
weird.
certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Gannett
So she's
Terrace
probably
until we come up with a plan, right?
Working for something else other than the
Custodial lies
Redens,
beyond
then.
the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here.
We can blow one up.
And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
Shion.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Yeah, it looked like
Indeed. As I recall,
Yeah.
it was 4 lights.
like multiple
each one a
wedges.
different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
Think about it later. Okay, then I guess this is retaliation.
I bet the whole of Dana's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelagian seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave. That's for sure.
Whatever Lennigus is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
Alright. You're trying to get to the other realms? Without a sturdy boat, there isn't much you can. Wait, I take that back. Read that one of the elders who recently started talking a little mentioned something. Apparently back in the day, there used to be a way to get through Forlan's mountains, but not anymore. What could it have been? You're trying to find a way out to the other realms? Can't say I've ever heard about anything. If we knew anything about that, we wouldn't have to hunker down and distant. And that thing dropped a Lenegas, the sound. Oh my, I thought the mountains were collapsing. Oh wait, actually. Did it like unlodge a
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
thing for me?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
In the
I
depths?
don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Also their quest. Oh, hello.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Hey there, beautiful. Can I ask you a favor? Oh. What do you need? No, I don't mean you, Pearly. I'm talking about this other pretty lady over there. What the f- You can't... To Kisara? What the frick, man? Who, me? I say, you gotta be pretty strong to make it all the way here. That's why I think you're the perfect one to ask.
Sure.
Just get to the point already, will you? Well, you see, I'm trying to make my way back home to Thislim, but there's this giant bee buzzing around. I guess it's a queen bee. Ain't nothing else it could be, as far as I can see. Anyway, I'm too scared to try and walk past it, so I'm stuck here. And just what has this anything of what? And just what has any of this had to got to do with me? Judging from the calluses on your fingers, I take it you're a gunslinger, yeah. I was a fighter in my younger years, so I can tell these things. Anyway, I was hoping you could shoot down that bee for me. You're a fighter. What's stopping you from just taking care of it yourself? I hate to admit it, but I'm purely ground fighter. I'm hopeless against anything that flies around. I'm worried that if the queen hangs out around for long, she'll spawn even more bees, and I'll really have no hope of getting home. Yeah. Last thing we need is more bugs crawling around. All right. Win. I'll see if I can get rid of it. I knew I was right to trust you. My body ain't what it used to be, but I still got a good eye for these things in more ways than one. Alright. Place. And there's also one in Thislim.
How did it come to this?
You're a beautiful woman, Shion. That's a good thing, right?
Wait, Kisara. Hey, Kisara.
Oh.
How did it come to this?
Oh, it's level 45. Ooh, that might not be good. Okay, well, she melted. Okay. We'll do Rinwell.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
On the list.
What's wrong? You're looking pretty down. Something on your mind?
Yeah, you could say that. It's just, well, there's something that's been eating away at me for a long, long time. Do you mind if I share it with you?
Of course not. I'm glad to listen.
See, my mom and dad used to tell me I shouldn't go around casting magic. But there was one time I did, behind their backs. And when I did, Almadria showed up.
Oh no.
I hated Almadria for destroying everything I loved. But what I hated most was myself. For breaking my promise to my parents. Even though I swore I'd get revenge, there was always this nagging part of me that wondered if I even had any right to do so.
Or Rinwell.
Rinwell, it was Almadria who killed your family. Don't torment yourself over one mistake.
How can you say that when my mother and father died because of me?
This may not comfort you much, but I'll say it anyway. I have a feeling your parents always knew something like that might happen.
What do you mean?
There was always a chance that someday, someone was going to find you and your family. But even knowing the risks, they still taught you magic. And there are two reasons I can think of for that. First, your talent. Second, they were hedging their bets.
Huh? On what?
On you, Rinwell. On how you turn out when you grew up. Sure, learning magic may invite danger, but it would have been even more dangerous to live in hiding without being able to defend yourself. They knew what they were getting themselves into when they taught you magic. And I think they did it because of how much they loved you.
Because because my mother and father loved me.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, I know I shouldn't be putting words into your parents' mouths.
No, it's okay. I used to think I would have been better off if I never knew how to use magic. And if I'm really honest with myself, sometimes I still think that. But after traveling around with all of you guys, I've learned that there are things I can do with magic. That there's a point to it after all.
Like hitting like a fucking nuke.
So I'm going to keep trying. I'm gonna try and accept it as part of who I am. I want to use it to protect my friends. To protect the future of Dana. Do you think that's selfish of me?
Not at all. I wouldn't want it any other way with you, Rinwell.
Wow, you come so far.
No way.
Nodio, is that you? You're finally home.
All right.
Forgive me. I do believe we have the wrong person. My name is Dolim. As it so happens, I'm new to this area. Oh, are you the ones who drove out those Zoogles? I'm so sorry. My mistake. Right not. There's something troubling you, however. If it's not too much to ask, would you mind telling me a little about this Nodio fellow of yours? I can't. Is it hard to discuss? As you can see, we're but a roving band of misfits. We've seen much on our travels, so we don't shock easily. Well, in that case, my name is Kagari. Yeah. Nodio's my lover, only he's a Renin.
You don't say.
I see. I can understand why you were hesitant then. I take it something happened to him? Up until several months ago, we used to meet in secret out at the village, but ever since then he hasn't returned. He sounded completely normal last time though, so I don't know what's going on. Oh Nodio, whatever might have happened to you. Was he under Volram's regime? Anyway, he works as a guard in Pelesian. I'm afraid he might have, well...
Stay calm.
Stay calm. There could be any number of reasons why he hasn't returned. Anyway, your story intrigues me. I feel personally invested now. We shall investigate ourselves and get to the bottom of it. Really? You'd do that for me?
Good.
Gladly. Leave this matter to us. For now, we shall make our way to Pelesian. Any records we find here should tell us just where he went. Good idea. With that, we shall be on our way. With any luck, we should have good news before long.
Sure.
Yes, thank you. Missing lover. Hopefully I didn't kill him.
Perhaps you shouldn't have gotten your hopes up.
I felt moved by people whose love transcended the boundaries of race. I wanted to hope.
I can see why you'd feel that way, I suppose.
Right, and then this old man. This is terrible. Our coastline's a wreck.
Huh?
What's wrong, sir? Enormous bird keeps whipping up these enormous twisters and ruining everything. That sounds like a Zoogle to me. What a shame. It used to be so peaceful along here.
Ridiculous.
You see all the flotsam and jetsam that's washed ashore. They say birds like shiny objects, don't they? Guess flying Zoogles must think like birds. At any rate, we can't go fishing while those twisters are around. We're in deep trouble. We'll see what we can do. It's probably too high a level for me, but we'll try. Don't worry, sir. We'll blow those pesky tornadoes back to where they came from. If it's a bird Zoogle we're dealing with, they'll make a nice and easy target for me too. Goodness, aren't you two such brave young women? You really intend to visit the shoreline. Do be careful. Alright. Actually, hold on. Maybe I should actually continue with the main story if it's gonna let me, like, teleport to previous areas. I think I should at least be, like, high enough level to fight that big Zoogle and Calaglia. And then this might probably bring me to, like, the drawbridge in Ciclodia, maybe? Oh god, fuck.
Armored soldiers.
Oh.
Some of Volron's former guards.
Dylan, can you do your thing? Okay. Or not.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms, and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
Ow, ow. Hold on. There we go.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia.
Xion?
Everything all right?
Are you okay, bestie?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Been
Let's
out of
go.
it. Something
I
going
don't
on
know
with her
when it happened,
swords.
but we sure are hauling a lot of stuff these days.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Glad to hear I'm not the only one.
We should probably clear some stuff out, like our old weapons we're not using anymore. They must be in pretty bad shape by now.
What if I need them?
Those are still good as new with a little polishing. If anything, I'd say all our armor is what's weighing us down.
But that
What if I
armor's
need
also
'em?
still good once you fix it up. Besides, better to have too much armor than too little. You can trust me on that one.
Well, what about all these dumb old antiques we're lugging around? If we sell those off, that should
I guess we
lighten our
don't
load.
really necessarily need them.
Simpletons such as yourself who can't appreciate the true worth of such things is how precious art vanishes from history.
Pretty art's not gonna save you in a fight, man.
Stop it, you guys! This is no time to...
All I really meant to say is, you can tell how much we've been through by everything we're carrying around. Honestly, that's all.
Oh.
Oh.
My deepest apologies. It appears that I may have rather overreacted.
Yeah, I guess it's only natural we'd have so many souvenirs by now. I might have been out of line too.
I guess all this stuff really is a sign of how far we've come together.
Yeah, every little piece is its own treasure, filled with memories.
I think this is more a skill I have for like having a certain number of items,
Can't even
maybe.
break a sweat.
Okay, Dana's swordsmanship.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danon master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danon master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danon techniques then.
Should start a school.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
Alright. On mountains, Lawrence worshippers.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him?
They did say before that,
Yes, I
the Red
suppose
Woman,
you're
like,
right.
took his body away
For
or
these
something,
guys,
right?
That would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
Alright. Enemies, I think. Oh,
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
She is the maiden.
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renins had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
Okay. Not sure what that mean though.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Leave me alone.
Those soldiers we encountered might have known about it, and chosen to hide out
Okay, it's
here.
resetting.
With the entrance collapsed and exposed, they must have been forced to come out of hiding. I see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zoogle pages.
Definitely looks like this is
Hamburger
where the remnants of
recipe.
Volron's forces
Okay.
hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
Wrapping meat. Oh. Well. I need to get that secret data later. Okay. Bien? Oh. Bien Fuller. Okay. Oh, it's more appetizing to boss fish? Okay, good to know. I'm gonna have to look at that one later. Fucking hate that stupid little Norman. I'm glad there's no Normans in this game. Ominous?
How much do they have to steal from us?
What's that thing's purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renis Alma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
No, Halim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
They're probably just like sucking it, like maybe like
Why's
putting it
that?
into Rena, maybe.
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Glad that the
Agreed.
giant witch landed
Let's
in the
keep moving.
middle of the ocean, not like on a land with like actual human settlements on it.
Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell, are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and me both.
Aw. Okay. Red woman and the lights.
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegis along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different
Maybe they're
elements
like
of astral energy.
the master cores.
So even though they're using
Since we
the
already
wedge
have
to
the
siphon
fire
off
one and
energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well?
the red woman has
Why?
the
I
dark
don't
one.
know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelagian.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the two of them have in common is that they're both Renins.
Okay, you two. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
Seeing Hoodle with the Hoodle dolls is, kind of silly. Okay.
It sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
At least we're closest to Slodia.
Yeah, we're getting close.
It's not like things with this shit won't be gone. It's been a month. I'm sure they're probably doing better than we're doing in Pelagian, actually. Frozen Valley. Probably let me, lower the drawbridge here now, right? Yeah.
We made it to Cislodia.
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
Shoot it. Or I guess just use the mechanism.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Aw.
Are you okay, Law?
Hmm? Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be alright.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Aw. Pull lever. There we go.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Someone gonna greet us?
Who goes there?
It's us. We're fine.
My name is Alphen. We're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Hi.
Forgetting someone?
Renwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling the realm. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though.
I forgot this guy had a voice.
Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
It's probably ending, so...
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, I've got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back. As soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Haros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance
Lila?
groups and rustle up some
Dear.
I doubt they'll have a problem sending people
I
once
think she
mention
heard
it's
a
you
bird
who's
outside
asking.
and she
Thanks.
pushed over
If you
here.
guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
You need a boat.
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
You got a lot to
It's a
catch
long
them up
story.
on.
Let's
Really,
just say I
Alphen?
lost it.
Okay.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan.
Cislodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah. Now we can focus on finding a ship.
Alright.
A boat, huh? Where are we gonna find one of those? It's not the kind of thing people just leave lying around.
Especially not Renins. For an Imperial power, they never have shown much interest in maritime expansion. Still, I dare say there should be the odd small vessel here and there.
All well and good, but that structure's slap bang in the middle of the ocean. A fishing boat won't cut it.
Let's just try to find one that won't sink us halfway out, yeah? Not that it needs to be a huge galley like Almadria's or anything.
Just as well, since we've passed, let's see, literally 0 huge galleys.
All I know is we have to reach that thing in the ocean. Anything that might work, I say we try it.
I love the army of poodles. Okay, a helping hand.
Slodia, realm of frost, snows, and colder souls.
Did something terrible happen to you here?
Isn't he just saying he's cold?
Okay.
Thanks to Bregan, it seems like Ganeth Harrows should be in good hands, at least.
I wonder who they'll send to look after things. It'll be someone from one of the other resistance organizations, no doubt.
They could do a whole lot worse than someone like Doc. A knowledge of medicine would go a long way there.
Wait, do you mean the old guy back in Calaglia? Ganeth Harrows would be one hell of a trek from there. He'd have to get here first.
My brother's old second-in-command, Legil, would be a perfect fit, too. Pity she'll probably still have her hands tied up with work in Menancia.
Mahag Sar will be the same story. They won't have the manpower as it is, let alone enough to start exporting it.
Man, everyone's still struggling to get back on their feet, huh?
Knowing Bregan, he'll probably take things into his own hands. He seems like the kind of guy who enjoys a challenge.
Thinking back on it now, though, it does kind of make you realize just how many people we've gotten to know in each of the places we visited.
We come so far.
That's true. And each and every connection we forged is priceless. Anyway, we can trust Bregan to take care of things from here. Come on, let's focus on the task at hand.
Alright. We'll see to it that people get sent out to Ganeth Harrows to look after the place, so don't worry. You guys stay safe out there, okay? Thanks, dude. Now is actually a good time for me to do side quests, though, I think. First off, let me hop into the forest, though. Ilkara's festive attire and Ilkara's morning attire are a tiara, aqua blue tiara, violet tiara, owl queen doll. Okay.
Well, most of the perches are filled up now. Frankly, I'm amazed there's so many of these guys.
What cautious lives they must have lived. They deserve credit for their vitality.
They're all so lovely individually, but I think they look downright awe-inspiring, and so many of them are gathered together in one place.
I don't know. It's hard to relax with all of them eyeballing us at once.
Owls are
Yeah,
cute.
I guess owls do seem to stare.
Owls are cute.
You've done well.
He's at it again.
Come on, you know you like it.
Frankly, I never thought you'd gather so many of us.
You are so quick to rescue those in need. You have given us a big, happy family.
Aw.
We're on the brink of extinction. We must work together if we are to change our fate.
You carry a heavy burden.
Don't you worry. We can change fate. You won't be alone. I promise.
This isn't just your fight. I'm here for you too. I want us both to be together.
That was you interpreting for the owls, right?
Yeah, of course.
Totally.
It's nice to see everyone getting along, but perhaps we should be moving on.
Just who was that conversation between?
Try not to think about it too much. Besides, there's still a few empty perches left.
Really?
We've come
Okay.
this far? Why stop now, right?
Hey, Hoodle. Once we've managed to gather all the owls, after that...
Noodle's gonna stay with you, Redwell. Noodle's staying with you, Redwell. Oh. 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 Where else am I supposed to get owls? Are there gonna be like a Lenegus or Rena? Owl Queen Hoodle doll. It's much bigger actually. I gotta get a Owl King doll. Yes. Tiaras I think are for Shion. braided ponytail. Cute. Tiara, they're all just in different colors, I guess. And then Taurus attire. Color swaps. Black looks really good, actually. I don't know if I'll be getting like any other outfits other than like the color swaps. Unless I buy like the DLC. Something, maybe. Alright. I think now is a good time to do some side questing then.